Right, hello class 2. I hope you're getting on very well at home and are staying safe and well. It's been very different here at school with most of you not here. So I'm just doing a little video today because we're doing a maths lesson on metres, and at school normally we would use a metre stick, which isn't something we often have at home. So I thought I'd just do a little video to go through a few different little points. And it's okay if you haven't got a metre stick. Now you might remember looking at metres from last year in year 2 with Mrs. Lill, but it was a long time ago, so it's perfectly normal if you can't remember, so don't worry. So we might at home to have a look at what a metre looks like. If you happen to have one of these at home, then that's amazing. But that's not, I don't expect us all to have one of those. You might also have a tape measure somewhere, one that looks like this. It might be someone at home who's really into construction or DIY, or it might be that someone's got a little sewing kit, and those little wind out ones in the sewing kit are also great to look at. Only thing, if you've got one of these and are using it, is if you look at these, it's often got inches on one side and then centimetres and millimetres on the other side, which can get a little bit confusing. So the way to check is, if you're looking at inches or centimetres, is that, remember we said that your finger is about the width of a centimetre. So if I put mine, which is slightly bigger, it's about 1 centimetre, look, whereas if I put that onto the inches side, loads of space. Okay, so inches are bigger, so you want the ones side where your finger's fitting, and then if you go along it, it'll have numbers. Eventually there should be something that says either, so this one has a red number 100, and that's because 100 centimetres is the same as 1 metre. Or it might be that you're really lucky and your tape measure just says 100 centimetres and just says 1 metre. So there you go, 100 centimetres is the same as a metre. Okay, so you might have a tape measure you can do that with. It might be you haven't got a tape measure, not everybody has one. So just rein that one back in. So if you have got a ruler, as I just said, a metre is the same as 100 centimetres. So you might be able to get some bits of paper and put them end to end, maybe a bit of sellotape if you've got some, stick them together and measure out, put a line, start and go 30 centimetres, 30 centimetres, 30 centimetres and another 10. If you look at the presentation I made for this lesson, it has that on it as well. Because 30, add 30, add 30, add 10 is 100. So that would be a metre. And then you can have a look at what a metre looks like using that. If you don't have a ruler, not a problem. If you look at the width of a door, so that's the smaller bit. So if a door is like this, with a floor here, and the door looks like that, then the width is this way, okay? And that's about a metre, roughly. It's a bit off, but for this lesson, you can take that as being a metre, okay? So if you look at that, that's a metre. Okay, and the main things to look at for this lesson are, what does a metre look like? How much longer is a metre than 1 centimetre? How much big? If you look, there's 1 centimetre. Look at how much bigger a metre is. I can't even really fit it on the screen. How much bigger a metre is. So if you're looking at a door, might just get a centimetre on a ruler, look at the width of your finger, how much bigger is it? And then look at a millimetre, and it's even so much more bigger than that, longer rather than that. So just have a look at it, look at which is which. And then have a think, if you look around your house, what do you think looks longer than a metre? So it might be the windows or the length of the door, so you know how high it is. So you can have a look, what looks longer than a metre, less than a metre, and what sort of things do you think you might want to measure in metres, centimetres or millimetres? So even if you haven't got a ruler and you can't measure them exactly, that's fine. Have a look. Do you want to be sitting there with one of these little rulers trying to measure how high your door is or how tall you are? Or if you had a longer one, a tape measure or a meter stick, would you use that? Would you measure how high you are in meters or centimeters? So they're the main things for this lesson. So don't worry if you've not got anything that measures in meters. Not everybody does. It's just to have a look at what a meter is, a centimetre is, and a millimetre is, and compare them and look at what you might measure in meters, centimetres and millimetres. And I've done a little PowerPoint to help you go through that. And the main thing is to be active and investigate it. It's something to look at. So anyway, we'll see how this video works. Mrs. K has told me she knows how to put them on the website, so that's great. Okay, so I will hopefully see you soon, and I hope you're getting on well at home.